Top of it. It's top of the week, top of the morning. Professor Trap here. Welcome to Trap Angeles University. Our topic for today is for our artists. And what we're going to talk about is competing professionally in this rap business, okay? So I notice a lot of you guys you're not mixing and mastering your songs properly. And you want to compete with all the records that are out and you want people to support you, but your music, the sound isn't right. It's just not properly mixed and it's not properly mastered. So when you send it to a DJ, send it to one of my DJs and you want him to play it at an event or a party, or you send it to the radio station and you want them to play it on the radio station, when they put it in the system, it just doesn't sound right. So therefore, you're killing your chances of getting exposure and getting your music played and reaching a larger audience, simply because you're not taking the time to mix and master your music properly. And also, you have to have an ear. So you have to know what's going on. You have to know that, okay, this is the sound. This is the sound quality. This is the level of sound quality that I need to be going for. A lot of you guys aren't doing that. A lot of you guys are just thinking that you can record yourself and that it sounds good. I know when you're in the studio, you're at your house or wherever, you got the headphones on and you got the monitor speakers up, that it sounds good to you. You're like, hey, shit, that's a hit record. But you have to understand, you're in a competition. You're in a competitive space. That's what you're putting yourself in, all right? Because you want to compete with the other artists that are out, all the hundreds of thousands of other artists on Spotify, YouTube, and all the other DSPs, right? You're competing for somebody's time. You want somebody to spend their time listening to your music. So to get there, you have to have just like a basic quality, you know? You can't just think that you know. You know, a lot of you guys aren't doing the research. You're not listening to other records. You're just listening to your homies' music and other up-and-coming artists' music. You're listening to basically like low quality music, and you think that your standards are up there because all you're feeding yourself is low quality. So if you want to compete and you want to have a better chance of reaching more people, your sound quality is number one. Or when people listening to music, they want to have a great experience in their ears. They don't want too much reverb, sound like you're recording in a big empty warehouse, you know? I mean, sometimes you might want to have that effect or whatnot in a song, but you don't want all your songs sounding like that. You want your song sounding like who are the top artists out here? Like the Roddy Riches, the Baby, Little Baby, Future, Drake. You want to have that sound quality. You don't need the best equipment to have that sound quality. Some of them guys are recording on equipment that you could get from Best Buy for $100 on the road. And it's all about taking the time and learning how to properly mix and master your music. Now, if you don't have time to properly mix and master your music, that's when you hire somebody else. You find somebody that's really good at mixing and mastering, and you hire them out to mix and master your music. Like, you can't be cheap, all right, when it comes to that. You don't want to be cheap when it comes to polishing up your song so you can put it out, because what's going to happen is you'll get a reputation for putting out shitty sounding songs, and you don't want to do that. You don't want a reputation for that. You don't want to. So I know it's exciting because you can record music and you can put it out yourself like within a couple of days. And we'll talk about that later, about just rushing to put music out. You don't want to rush just to put anything out. You want to build a reputation of creating quality music, all right? So if you want the reputation, we got cut off there. So I'm about to wrap it up. You want to have a reputation of putting out quality music. You don't want to rush and just put music out just because you can. We'll get into that later. That's it for now. You know, take your time, study, research, study the best. Like listen to the top 40 on Billboard, or go to the Spotify playlist and listen to the top playlist, so you can hear and so you know like sonically where you should be at. Okay, so, like you have to study this. If you don't study and respect the game isn't going to respect you. Straight up. All right. It's Professor Trap. I'm up out of here, and thank you for tuning in to Trap Andrews University. Also, if you haven't signed up on the site, go ahead, sign up and join. We have a lot of good information on here. This week, I'm dropping a list of Spotify playlisters that you can actually reach out and contact and get your song placed on Spotify playlists. All right, so you don't want to reach out to these Spotify playlisters with a shitty sounding song. All right, I'm dropping that this week, so make sure you're subscribed to Trap Andrews University on www.trap.la. All right, talk to y'all later.
Trap. L.A.